Hi guys, how y'all doing? Jeff, good to see you.
Morning.
Charlie,
Hi,
good to see you. Let me take a few minutes to introduce these guys to you. This is Dr. Charlie Halt. He's an extension range specialist in Fort Stockton, Texas. Mr. J.F. Cadenhead, extension range specialist in Vernon, Texas. Now, both of these fellows have lots of salt cedar in the areas they cover. They work with it on a continual basis. And they're here today to kind of help us demonstrate the Brushbuster methods that we recommend for control of this plant. Now, JF, what are you going to cover?
Well, Alan, I'm going to be demonstrating the Brushbuster's basal stem application for salt cedar control. And what we'll be doing is looking at the equipment, then we'll also look at the herbicides that we recommend, how to mix them, and then we'll put some in the backpack and we'll actually go out and do some basal stem spraying.
Great, that's a real dependable way to control salt cedar. Charlie, how about you?
Alan, I'm going to talk about the Brushbuster's leaf spray method. And like JF, I'm going to talk about the equipment that we use, the herbicides and the mixing procedures, and then also the application technology on the plant itself.
Well, great. We got a pretty day and we got lots of salt cedar and forecast of high winds this afternoon, so why don't we get with it while we got a chance?
Well, let's roll.
When selecting equipment for the Brushbuster's leaf spray method, there's a couple of alternatives you might want to consider. One is a backpack type sprayer. You can get these in 4 or 5 gallon tank sizes. We recommend re-equipping these with a aftermarket type harness such as you see here, which will help in the ease of carrying this equipment around. Another thing we do is we change out the original nozzle that came with this with an X8 type adjustable cone nozzle. We do this because we can get larger droplet sizes and reduce the amount of spray drift that comes in contact with off-target vegetation. If you're looking at larger areas and somewhat larger trees, you may want to consider going up to an ATV type spray model such as you see here. This one is equipped with a 15-gallon spray tank and electric motor that runs off the battery on the four-wheeler. We've equipped this one with 3 spray nozzles, which increases the efficiency of spray as you're out in the field. You can go up to about a 25-gallon spray tank if you want to, but we recommend not going over 25 gallons for safety reasons. If you'd like to increase that area that you're going to be spraying even more, you can actually jump up to a cattle type sprayer where you can carry 200 or 300 gallons of spray at a time. For the Brushbuster's leaf spray method, we use 2 herbicides in a tank mix. The first of which is glyphosate. There's several different types of glyphosate, 2 of which are Glypro or Roundup. The second herbicide in the tank mix is arsenal. Both of these herbicides are mixed at a 0.5% concentration in the tank. We also recommend adding to the mixture a surfactant and a blue dye. There's several different brands of each of these available. The surfactant we mix at a 1/4 to a 0.5% concentration, and the dye we mix according to label instructions. The surfactant is good because it acts as a wetting agent, and the dye helps us to be able to identify where we sprayed as well as the volume that we put on individual plants. When mixing for the Brushbuster's leaf spray method, the first thing we want to do is read the label for any precautionary statements. Always wear rubber gloves and eye protection when mixing herbicides. Next, we want to fill the spray tank a 1/4 to a 1/2 full with water. After we've added water to the tank, we'll then add our herbicide, our surfactant, and our dye at the desired concentrations. Next, we fill the tank up with water to the desired amount with agitation.